We are up bright and early today recording. Usually I don't ever record this early, but we're doing it this time. I woke up probably an hour ago, had breakfast, coffee, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna start recording now. Why not? I just pulled a random hard drive from underneath me. What else is hiding in this couch? Lip gloss. I feel like I need to do not a what's in my purse, what's in my couch from all the random stuff here. Wait. Okay. I'll just plug that in anyways. Yeah, so what have I been up to? What As you can tell, I have a new addition to my couch. This is I don't have a name. It's a turtle. It's a turtle stuffed animal. And I really have been loving the green and pink aesthetic I have going on. And I just saw it when I was at IKEA and walking through the different aisles. And I'm like, "You're coming home with me. It's so cute." And well, this weekend on Sunday was it? I went to IKEA because I've been needing a desk. I need somewhere I can sit down and edit and work on my videos and have a comfy corner because I'm always either editing on this couch or in bed and or I even sometimes on a wooden chair on the table over there. So I'm like a wooden chair on the table over there. Wooden chair on a table. Wooden chair on a table over there. That rhymed. But yeah, I need like a nice desk area that I can sit down and edit from and have like a zone, an editing zone. Cuz I do spend so much time on my laptop and I went to IKEA and luckily it was a good like it was worth it. Like the trip was worth it. There's nothing worse than going somewhere and not finding what you want or need. So right when I walked in, 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, this is the perfect desk. So I ordered it. It's in white. It has like I think it's like two layers, and it's kind of like a gamer desk, which is super cool. And it has cup holders. I can put my drink, my snacks. I can get speakers. I even got this like metal thing that you can put your mic on, so I can even record on the desk. I feel like it's perfect. And yeah, I'm gonna get some lights to put in here. I need like I want to make it really what's even the word? I just want a nice aesthetic going on. And I feel that the lights and the desk and just these small things here and there will make it really really enjoyable. I did not find though the gamer chair. I feel like they look really comfy and nothing stood out to me. So I'm like, okay, I need to do a little bit of research and I'll order that separate. So yeah, I didn't find what I was looking like the chair I was looking for, but everything else was pretty good. I even got new chairs because these wooden ones, I mean, they're fine. They worked for a while, but I'm like, I can't with I need something else. So I got white chairs that match better, and I'm happy about it. I feel it was productive. Even this like ring light that was cool that has a phone holder and you can change the level of brightness. It's like a desk one. Yeah. Yeah. I found everything like pretty fast. I think it's because I knew what I was going for. It made it a lot easier because when I go and I'm like, do I need this? Do I need that? It's just so much time. I'm like, uh, I don't know what I need. I don't know what I want. Do I need that? But even like having the vibe or like I know now even what I need to get because like I saw this, I'm like, oh, it will match. It's green. And I have a green thing going on in here. I got some green going on and some blue. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I'm glad that I went. I even got a couple other things like a blue pillow. I love my pastels. I really have been loving these color accents. Yeah. That's when you know you've been adulting, but actually no, because if you saw what I got, you're gonna be like, you are like it's adulting, but also I got a bunch of like like not plastic, like these, how do you even describe them? It's like forks and knives and spoons that are like colored and they're so cute. They have like they're so cute. I'm like I want these and my turtle pillow and like the most colorful things. It's cute. It's cute. It's what it's what I'm feeling right now. That is what I did on the weekend. What else? I did try recording the podcast episode, was not working with me. Love that. It's just like, how does that even happen? I don't know because obviously when I start recording, I do have my internal notes going on. Like I know what I'm going to talk about, but it can be really I sometimes it just doesn't work and I'm like that I just talked for an hour and I know I'm going to do absolutely nothing with this. So that's amazing. But again, if I can talk this much in the morning, I'm like, wow, if I just get that desk and start streaming, I swear I can't even imagine the talking I can the conversations I can have at night. So I'm giving that a thought, to be honest. I am. But yesterday I was catching up with my brother. It's our weekly thing, once a week. Our time zones are ridiculous. I said it before, he moved to New Mexico. I'm like, we are like his morning is my nighttime and it is absolutely crazy. But I love catching up with him. We just like talk about anything. He'll tell me about his day, his life, his week, and I will do the same. And yeah, I just love catching up with the fam. And I would, because I mention my family so much, my siblings, my parents, I really would love to show the family dynamic that we have because I feel talking about it doesn't do it justice because we have a very like interesting bond. I think we get along so well and it's just so crazy not all living under the same roof. It scares me, it baffles me, it upsets me. I feel that we grew up living door to door to door, and now just having to do everything over phone call, video call, whatever is it's just ridiculous. I don't know. I still try not to think about it because just the dynamic that we have. It was I need to bring them on the podcast. It's just it's so how can I explain it? Well, let me give you like a little family introduction. So, I'm the older sibling, the oldest sibling, and then I have triplet siblings. Jessica, Richard, and Nicholas. Actually, Nicholas was born first, I guess a couple minutes, and then Jess, and then Rich. Yeah. So, and we're really close in age, just like a 2-year difference. Imagine you're an only child and then you have triplet siblings. I definitely needed extra attention. The stories my mom tells me, I'm just like, I need to get her on the podcast and she needs to say it. I mean, the way I'm like, how did you handle this? Like, I was a crazy child, literally up to no good. And no, she needs to tell you herself from her point of view the things that I used to do when I was a little baby child. Anyways, yeah, a toddler. So, yeah, it just makes me a little bit nostalgic. I'm always nostalgic and always reminiscing. What is up with me? What is it this season? Is it September? I did say no, September. Is it still September? Are we October? No. No, we're September. Okay, beginning of September. It's just this month. I said it. September is weird. But I've been posting all of my US vlogs, all of them. Like I'm every week I get so I just love it because I went to the US last March, in March, and vlogged every second of that trip. And I had to document it because growing up, my mom documented it and filmed everything. So obviously I had to do the same going back after all these years. I don't know why I haven't gone any sooner, but I did this year and it was so wholesome, such a wholesome trip. I did everything that I remembered doing as a kid and I wanted to relive it. And just as an adult, it felt crazy. It was so surreal. And I think there's like one or two videos left from the St. Louis part of the trip because in 2 weeks I did a lot. I went from Lebanon, so I was, no, Dubai, Lebanon, St. Louis, New York, back to Dubai. And then a day after I was on a work trip in Ibiza. It was actually absolutely crazy, but I love that. So, anyways, going like visiting the US and visiting where I grew up and like doing like everything that I did was with my cousins who also have the same childhood. It was amazing and something that I needed to do, something I just had to. Yeah. So I've been posting those videos. Finally, they're seeing the day, the light of day, day of light. During that trip, I think the most like insane part of it all was going back to the house that I grew up in. And obviously now there are people living there and it was so weird because I just got out of the car because I wanted to drive past and see it. And I was standing and just staring at it. And then I guess the people that live there, like the mom was outside and she's like, "Hi." And I'm like, "Hi. Yeah, sorry. I actually used to live here." And I'm so sure that they were really confused why this girl is just staring at the house. So I couldn't really stay that long, but I tried to take it all in. And literally it felt really, I keep saying how it felt because like it just was so unreal that after all these years I'm like standing right there. And I even have the picture like as one of my wallpapers because I have so many good memories with my family in that house. Like I look back at my childhood and I'm so grateful that I have all of these memories and share them with my siblings and my parents. Yeah. So like even like it looked different. It looked different than what I'm used to and like what I remember, obviously, after all these years, but it still was practically the same. And one of my friends posted on her story the other day these flowers. Like she got some flowers. And I'm like, "Wait, do you know the name of these flowers?" Because I grew up and they were surrounding the house and I don't know what they're called. And she told me, I'm gonna see. I had to like screenshot it because I need to get them. I actually want to get them and put them in here because those flowers are probably my favorite flowers ever. I remember loving them. Okay, what was it? Hydrangeas? Hydrangeas. Hydrangeas. Am I saying that wrong? I don't know. But it's so crazy. Sometimes this happens to me, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but I will not know what they're called and never even like it won't cross my mind. But then I'll see it and be like, "Oh my gosh, like what was it called?" And think about it. And the flowers just came up and I saw them on my story. And then yesterday in the TV show that I saw that I was watching, they mentioned these exact flowers. And I'm like, why is it that all these years later, all of a sudden, like these flowers are, I see them on Instagram, I'm seeing them on this show, and I'm like, what? I haven't like heard about them or saw them in such a long time. Is it just me? I feel like this happens so like if I don't know what something's called or if something pops up and I'm like I just feel that the next day or the next sometime in the future, in the nearby future, it's just gonna I'm just gonna get that information. It's gonna come to me. The universe is gonna send it to me. It's so weird. Going back and seeing that and remembering like where me and my siblings would just be running around and playing all around the house, it just felt so crazy. So crazy. And let me just tell you a little bit more about my family and kind of the personalities that we each have. Okay. So I feel it's kind of hard to describe my family without having them kind of sit on here in the podcast and you can see our differences and similarities, but let me see how I can kind of describe how we each kind of are. So I would, mm, Jess is like the type that she's so calm and collected, but also very driven. Nothing can disrupt her peace. I feel like she is just super focused on herself. Yeah. Nothing can get under her skin. She doesn't react. And I look at myself and I'm like, I am I maybe I can act maybe now I can be like that because I'm older, but I swear I will like go out of my way to make a deal out of something. She's the younger sister, but I'm like I need her advice sometimes. I'll call her and be like, "Jess, like I don't know how to act." She's yeah. She's very mature. Very mature. Rich is more he's very serious, doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, wouldn't hurt a fly, um, listens, and just has such good intentions. He really like feels with you, will talk to you, tell you what you need to hear, but also mean it. Maybe they'll disagree, but I that's how I see it, okay? Me and Nick are like hard-headed. So we kind of can like we get in debates and it's so funny because we'll be talking about something random and then Nick will like I don't know how me and Nick can start something and it will be like family jury and we all get into like the most random things. I'll be like I have to remind Nick that we're not in MUN and we're not like he'll bring out the big terms, okay? And I'm like, can we not today? He will full on be tell me your opinion is wrong. And I'm like, how is an opinion, which is someone's own opinion, wrong? He'll be like, this is why. Brings out the history, brings out the facts, brings out he is like Google in a person. Okay. Google in a person. He knows dates. He knows times. He knows how all the all the details. I'm like, how do you know all of this? Where who who sits and tells you about this? Where do you get this information from? He just knows everything. When we go on family vacations, family trips, and all of a sudden everyone wants to be doing something else, but we just all will not do our own thing. Like we all have to be six together. And even though one of us will be like, I want to go there, and then the other is like, I want to get this drink and this, we will stick together, but we will be going back and forth like whose turn is it and where are we going to go and where are we headed? I don't know. But anyways, in those situations where we're all bickering and all indecisive, whatever, my dad will be the peacemaker. He'll be like, guys, come on, let's do this first and then let's do that. So like nothing can like phase him. It's so funny how when I got to America, I'm like, I am so easily convinced that I need to try all of those food plate like crumble, Chick-fil-A. I that was like I had to. I don't know if you saw those TikToks like I love what is it? USA. And then everyone's just showing like how they land in the US and that it's like first stop is like all these food chain places. Yeah, it's part of the experience. And I just posted a video of like going to different supermarkets. I am fascinated by supermarkets. Supermarkets fascinate me. Whenever I travel, anywhere I go, I need to see their supermarket. I need to know what people get, what people like, what food they have, what snacks. It's just, it's a part of the experience for me. So going to the different supermarkets, I'm like, this is nice. This is cool. I love this. Yeah. Oh, also, I tried frozen custard. Oh, I need that. I need that right now. Frozen custard, I got it with cookie dough. That changed my life. That changed my life. So I feel, yeah, that was such a great time. Such a great time. I'm so glad that I actually made it happen, that I went to the US and I revisited all these places, all the parks, my old childhood house, and kind of looked back at that time in my life and just it just unlocked so many memories for me. Filming everything was like not even an option. Like I knew that I needed to film that whole trip and I'm so glad that I get to post everything because I look back at my childhood videos and it kind of really helps me remember more. When I see it, I remember it. Or like it just it connects the dots for me. And so I'm like, there is no way that I'm not documenting this, just like how my mom used to film everything, us going to the park, us going to birthdays, whatever it was, like even at home, Christmas Eve, it just I care about keeping memories. I do. I am like this. I am. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm very sentimental. I love it. And even the other day, I have this hard drive, okay? Not this one, but like an older one, kind of a bulky, big one. I'm like, like I think I should probably back that up because I don't know, it's kind of old. So I open it, like I plug it in, and I was like, whoa, I have everything on here. Like every time my storage was full, just dump everything on here. So everything from over the years has just all been placed on that one hard drive. And I open it, I'm like, wow, every folder is like unlocking a memory. And it helps, like having this, like having one picture can just not just a picture says 1,000 words, it brings up all like it just unlocks like a whole thing that you probably just was so back in the back of my mind, wouldn't even think about it at all. And it's just all of a sudden, all the emotions, all the feelings, everything comes back in like flashbacks. It's crazy. People that like were such like a big part of my life or in my life, just it's like, oh, it's I don't know how to feel about it sometimes because I can open it something and be like, I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna look deeper into this. But then other things, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Where does the time go? Keep singing that song. Where does the time go? No, actually, once, who was I with? My cousin? Was it my cousin? And we were just at a store and that song started playing. It was in the US. I was with my cousin and we were at I think it was City Museum in St. Louis, and that song started playing. And that's why every time I remember, I'm like, where does the time go? Was it that? I think so. I think so. And then we looked at each other, we're like, as we're buying like souvenirs and stuff, like, what? Even what I found on there is all my short film stuff. It was crazy. Oh, I had digital pictures because I had this camera when I was doing like this extra film semester. I had to do a short film, and it's kind of like something that you prep for from day one, like beginning of the semester till the end of the semester. You're working towards this one short film from the script to getting the cast, the crew, all this the progress was throughout this one semester. So that was obviously something that like I was probably the main reason why I wanted to do that semester was to do my own short film and learn how to do it. I really did not know what I was walking into. But I thought I would talk about it a little bit because I feel it was such a like life-changing experience and taught me so much things that I take with me to I use every day actually. I cannot even describe to you how lost I was in life. I felt like okay, I graduated, but like what now? And that is like the hardest time. I feel once you graduate, life just gets so much more difficult because you don't know where you're headed anymore. It's just like out into the unknown. And so I got this idea that I was just looking into programs because I'm like, I've done I think I already did one internship and I didn't feel like I wanted to do something that's really going to fulfill me and be something beneficial, something that like I'm gonna invest time and energy into, but that leave feeling rewarded. I don't know how I came across the film program that I ended up doing. Like it yeah, how did I? I have no clue. But I saw it and I called up the university. I'm like, hey, when does the semester start? And they're like, it started. I think it was like it started today or it started yesterday. I'm like, what? Okay. Got dressed. Didn't even think twice. Got dressed, went to campus, enrolled, started that day. Started that day. No thought. No thought. I'm like, I'm doing this. And I walked into a few classes, did them all, looked at the the classes available for that semester. It was like the spring semester. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take photography. I'm going to take sound for film, history of film, theater, script writing, and I took one course. I think it was like just to do the short film. It was full on, but it was the best time ever. And let me tell you, I even though the grades for me it was just like a certificate, I took that so serious. I'm like, I'm leaving with all A's. Just photography. I don't know why he gave me a B and it threw me off. I'm like, why did I get a B? Because till this day, I have students messaging me saying, "Oh, hey, like the photography professor's putting your pictures up in class, like the ones that I took." I'm like, but why did I get a B if my photos are references? Why? Why? Like if my photos are being used to show other students what the photos should be like, why did I get a B? It's crazy how I'm still upset about that. Now you know what kind of student I was. Anyways, yeah, every class that I picked just what's the word? Like complemented one another and it was like perfect. The theater class got me out of my comfort zone like crazy. It was so hard, so intimidating, like just going up on stage and having to be so emotional and having to also not be expressive in a way that feels unnatural, but to express emotion in the way that you would feel fits the character. I don't know. And learning and memorizing scripts that were like long scripts. Also, whenever people would have like their final presentation or like their final show, we would all help one another. Like we all had to be supportive in any way that we could. So one girl needed a makeup artist for all her cast. And I'm like, I'll do it. Let me tell you, I've only done makeup for myself really and for my sister, maybe my mom a couple times. So I did not know what was like what could happen, but I did practice in advance. I practiced on myself and I had to make the character, one character, I had to age him like 50 years. Okay. So I went on YouTube and I started practicing on myself how to age. I was terrified when I looked in the mirror, but I'm like, okay, now I know it works. So I did it and I aged the guy using contour. And I'm like, okay, that's like something that I never would have imagined I would do, but like I did it. And so, yeah, then I did the girl's makeup and she really loved it that I even did her grad makeup. It's so crazy. I love just like putting myself in situations where I have to challenge myself and kind of learn, like, how am I going to age this guy 50 years? And it was so fun. And then also on other sets from people with my class, at first, obviously, them knowing that this is my first film semester, a lot were hesitant to have me as like part of the crew because they're like, what is this girl gonna like, what is she gonna do? What can I help with? But then being on one set kind of helped me get on more sets. And I was, for the most part, I think I was doing more art direction and I loved like that was something again that I'm like, oh, that is like really something that I enjoy and I'm loving that. And so being on other students' sets and being a part of that, it was so cool because we would pretty much stay all together for hours and hours and just being in different set locations. A lot of people chose abandoned homes and houses and places and I'm like, "Oh my gosh. We are in like I don't want this to collapse on us. It's just really scary. This has not been lived in 100 million years." Like, yes, it was just so nice. There would not even be like a chair. We would be sitting on the ground. And like, because I was doing art direction, we had these abandoned homes, and I guess obviously the whole point of it was to be all like abandoned. So I would have to get dirt and leaves and kind of spread that out. And there was like an unlimited amount of dirt and leaves like in this abandoned house. No one was living in there for a year. So I would there was one time I didn't even have gloves and I'm just like getting bags of this dirt and leaves and I don't even know what's under the leaves and it was just crazy, but I loved every second of it. I would have to like just find things and make it work and put things together and just decorate. What else? The history of film class genuinely was really, really, really amazing. Like just to know how, just to give that backstory. I'm already a curious person. I need to know why things are, how they started. I am that annoying person that's like, why? How? Who? Where? What? Like I ask so many questions. You know that little cousin that's always like, why? But why? But what? I'm that as like an adult. So, history of film really opened my eyes to like the film industry, how it started, everything, and just seeing the like the whole it's oh my gosh, I would just that was my favorite 9 a.m. class ever. And I don't really love my early 9 a.m. classes, but every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm like, I can't wait for this class. It was so interesting. So interesting. I yeah, I best decision. Best decision is was to take and usually history classes, I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of them, but history of film, that was a good one. Script writing, definitely there is like a format. It's not just do 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 type type type. No, there is a format. Like that also was really useful for when I was doing my short film because then I knew kind of how I'm supposed to properly write a script. By the end of the semester, I actually had to do my own short film. And so when I was going through that hard drive, I saw all the raw footage, the digital pictures. I had a digital camera on set, so everyone was just picking it up and taking pictures. And I love looking back at that because I know how much it meant to me and how serious I was taking it and how I went and picked up all the equipment and the car was like so heavy and full and I had to get all of that and put it up in the house because the whole set took place in the house. And luckily my parents were traveling at the time because I know my mom would have flipped, but the whole house became practically a set and it was just a whole crew and we spent I think it was like a in total 2 nights because it was like a nighttime shoot and it was crazy times because everyone was shooting their short films like everyone was at the same time so we all had to like use the equipment and then give it to the next person so we were on a tight schedule that we all had to like really be on time and yeah, so I had like the best crew, talented and incredible people. Everyone worked really hard on making this like dream come true. And I I look back at it now and I'm like, okay, definitely it needs re-editing and the audio was not properly done because we were all rushed to make the deadline. So now looking back at everything and just even the other projects that I had to work on during the year, like just seeing other videos, it really showed me that like I I don't want to like just let it be like a thing from the past and not talk about it or release it. Like I feel at first I was so nervous because I'm like, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if anyone's gonna like it, so I'm not gonna post it. But now I'm just like, that that is was my first short film and it's hopefully not gonna be the last. So I should do something about it. And I feel like it was a very meaningful topic to me. If you're listening to this episode, I'm gonna explain everything, but also if you're watching, I'm gonna put up some visuals because I think it will make it make more sense. I really care about well, at the time I really wanted to put a lot of focus in the art direction and everything placed in the room had to be there strategically from the shelves, inside the drawers, the closet, the ceiling, the floor, everything. Everything was placed there for a reason. And I swear the whole continuity thing was driving me crazy. I had to focus on that because, like, there is someone there for continuity. And I swear it really matters. It really matters because how can you make things like not move? Oh my gosh, no. I remember I had this bottle that I got and I found it next to a dumpster. And let me tell you, before my short film, everything like I could find that I wanted to be in that room, I did not care where it came from. So found a bottle next to a dumpster. I'm like, oh, I need that because it reminds me of childhood. So I pick it up with a bag, sanitize it, and I bring it, and it becomes the part of the set design art. Yeah. I really wanted to pay attention to all details. So let's start off with the books that I placed in the room. There were a lot of books that I read growing up and just in high school. And so obviously I had to put Medak Alley, Season of Migration to the North. Those like just had to be there. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I grew up reading that and Dr. Seuss, The Foot Book. Like, I think I read that a million times. So, had To Kill a Mockingbird and 1984. I did put more references to that book in the room. Um, Big Brother is watching you. So I had to put those things there and just things on the desk. I really did want to think about Layla and like her as a person, gave her a whole personality I created for her, just thinking about her life and what she would have in her room and what her favorite color is and the way she thinks and the way she would place things if they're like how they're organized. I really created this character and gave her a life. Like, yeah. Next picture, there was a globe that was kind of the center of everything, and the whole point of this was to bring up this the idea of like where I grew up, or like how do I explain this? I wanted to make it about being having a dual nationality and being American Lebanese, but in a way that if I grew up 100% in Lebanon, who would I be? And if I grew up 100% in America, who I would be, or anywhere around the world, like it shapes and forms who you are. And just having the character turn on the globe and this globe lights up and she's just like moving it around and thinking like about the in a universe where she would have had this reality and the unknown of like who you would be. It's just something, it's those late night thoughts that I get. So for the closet area, because the girl walks into the room and she goes first thing into the closet, and I'll read a part of the script. I don't think I have the final script here. I think I printed it out, but like always tweaked until the last second, so I need to find that. But inside the closet, I wanted to stick some drawings, some things that Jess sketched out, and some things that I did as a kid. So like this, when I grew up, I wanted to get into fashion, and like that's something about me. I'm just into everything creative, everything artistic. I had to give it a try. So I would always sketch out some dresses. So this girl, this blonde girl with a black dress, had to put that in there. I drew that when I was younger. Put the Lebanese flag and Big Brother is watching you. That 1984 reference had to put that around the room. A picture of me and my cousin in St. Louis with the arch in the back, a crown because I love those like paper crowns, always would like want to be wearing one, and a picture of my mom when she moved to the US. I just wanted there to be so many little tiny details that even if the camera's like moving and you kind of get a glimpse of it, that that glimpse is there, you know? I also had some art supplies, and you can see the little bottle on the side of the screen that I got from the dumpster. But I wanted to put some of, yeah, the art supplies from my mom's art gallery. And then there's this Picasso book. And why I had to have that in there is because there is a whole home video of me that my mom is recording. And obviously, I also wanted to be an artist growing up. I wanted to be everything creative. So I'm like talking about art and Picasso, and I'm like giving a whole background story, and this is how I'm saying it. Pistachio drew this. Pistachio, and my mom is like laughing behind the camera, laughing like at tears because of how I'm saying Picasso. I'm like looking at her, and I start to get mad, and oh my gosh, the camera cuts. There was not, I don't know what the editing style, it definitely is not as easy as it is today, but the way my mom would like stop recording and then resume the recording, hilarious because I would like run behind the camera and I'm like, pistachio. Then like, Picasso. No, I'm putting that. I need to find that clip. It's hilarious, hilarious. Like we still talk about this, and I'm holding this exact book next to the bed. I put a cereal that I felt I felt I had to just put in there. It's like the one that has chocolate chips inside. It's so good. It's so good, but you have to eat it immediately because it just gets super soggy. I had to. So I put that next to the globe, and then on the wall I had some posters. Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds. I wanted to have that in there because my grandpa was actually one of the first Arab photographers at the Cannes Film Festival, and he took this picture that's right under the poster, like when they open the cage and the birds start flying out. And to get a picture like that at the time is just incredible. And I have that also as one of my wallpapers, and that is where all my inspiration comes from, is my grandpa and the stories that he would tell me about when he lived in Nice and everything. So I take a lot of inspiration from that. I had the Beirut skyline and St. Louis Arch skyline pasted on top of each other just to show this like dual nationality here and there kind of reference. Then a picture of me and Jess, because also in the short film there's this like um sister conversation, and I wanted to have that one picture where we're holding this heart necklace that each one of us had half of the heart. And I think it says something like sisters or best friends forever. I don't know. And just different pictures, different sketches. I can even see some journal entries of when I was like saying writing. I used to write like as a what not 8 9 year old. I want to go to Lebanon. Like I miss Lebanon. Like I want to go to Lebanon. So I had to like just put all of that stuff in there. And then you might be like, why is there like a random tree, like a lemon and an orange? And that I think was the most important symbolic thing, because I took that from a book that I read. And it's like being having this dual nationality, it's like being a lemon orange tree. It's like you're not an orange, but you're not a lemon. You're a mix of the two. So there's this hybridity, and you'll never ever completely be one or the other. You're a mix. And so it's always going to be a little bit like it's just going to be this. I think that is something that the whole, like, just, it's really sums up everything that I was trying to talk about in the short film, because a lot of it is just voiceover, and it's like this girl's thought in her own journal entry, because I worked on a journal that she opens it up, she takes it from the drawer, and even everything that's placed in the drawer, like cameras from my grandpa, like everything just was placed in there that I really wanted to like add to her character, because when you see that, you kind of learn more about who this person is, and like what you put in your drawers. It's like that just I do you get what I mean? Yeah, so she opens up the drawer, she pulls out her journal, and I remember me and Jess like literally writing journal entries for this character. Journal entries. Off topic, but I tried braiding my hair last night, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I need a haircut or something. Anyways, to this back to the script. So, what we see is like it starts off external bedroom view from outside looking in. Girl 21, she just got home from a night out with friends. She walks into her room, she's like tying her hair, opens the closet, is picking a comfy outfit, gets in bed. That's how it starts. And then later on, her sister walks in, and what I wanted the sister to represent is someone that fully has accepted themselves as the lemon orange tree, like has is confident, knows who they are, the hybridity, like being that mix of culture. It's like they represent it and they love it. And Layla, like the main character, she's not like that. She's not there yet. She's kind of struggling with being a little bit in her head, lost at times, figuring out her life and where she belongs in the world. And that's kind of like I wanted to show that. So the sister like comes in and gives like her a box of pizza, and I remember how I found this box of pizza. I was driving to university and I looked to the side and I saw like a bakery, and I saw the pizza boxes, and I'm like, this is perfect. I'm just going to go and buy the pizza box. I don't even want the pizza, I want the box. So I just got two of them and they gave them to me, and I'm like, this is how it was, like putting together all the pieces in the art direction. It Everything came from somewhere. So when she opens the box of pizza, I write it here. Girl opens box of pizza and finds the leftovers. I don't even think I had a name for her in this script, so I put girl. It changed. Girl opens a box of pizza and finds the leftover of two different flavors. The sister had already eaten two slices, one pepperoni and one Lebanese. So a Lebanese pizza is pretty much, it just has mushrooms, bell pepper, onion, olives, ham. Like it's just that's a Lebanese pizza. Anyways, and the other is pepperoni. So it's kind of, you see where I'm headed with this. Leaving the girl with an even amount of both flavors to choose from. She looks conflicted as if it's one of the hardest decisions she needs to make. She stares at the pizza while listening to her sister, and the sister's talking to her, okay? And the girl is still staring at the pizza. And then she finally takes a slice and leans back to the headboard and is tilting her head and takes the first bite of the unknown slice of pizza. So we don't know what she ends up picking. Yeah. Anyways, the sister leaves, and then the girl is just in her room and grabs her journal and starts writing in it. And this is when we start hearing the journal entry as a voiceover and learn more about what is really on her mind and what she's thinking about. Yeah. And it kind of ends with a really cool scene, and I made Jess kind of like get out of her comfort zone with this, but it ends with Jess pretty much going on the balcony. It's like shot through another balcony. So you see this like city skyline view and then this balcony that looks like it's kind of like floating off, kind of like that's how I tried to make it look. But you see her just dancing with the guitar. Like dancing, and you don't hear, I don't think there's like any music really. It's just like dancing. I mean, it depends on how we're going to edit it again because I want to do a re-edit. This is what I mean by like I love to try everything creative. Like don't even get me started. Everything that I can do that is somewhat creative, I want to give it a try. I got into drawing and sketching when I was younger, dresses. I wanted to do modeling, and so I started reaching out to agencies and going for castings, and then from those castings, I would meet other people, and then I got into like the whole TV commercial, music video, um kind of industry. So I was like an extra in one Arabic TV show, Musalsal, and it was so nice. Oh my gosh, I remember I met like all the actors and everyone in like the crew, and from there I met other people, and then other people recommended me, and I started doing like obviously as an extra, I was in the back, and I had no problem with that. I didn't even care if I was there for 24 hours. Like I wanted to be there. I wanted to see how the director's working and how everyone is like the lines and just I was so focused on, what's happening in front and behind the camera. I had no lines and I was just in the background, and that was still such a great for me, such a great opportunity, and I met so many people from that. And from there, like from that, I ended up getting brought to like different castings where I actually had lines, like I was actually talking and reading from a script. And then, I did a pageant because me and my cousin were randomly talking about it. And then I'm like, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to apply. And it was just like one email sent, and then I got a response. I'm like, So I was responding back. And then a year passed, and I'm like, oh, this is real. This is real. Like, I need, like, this is happening. This is really happening. So, yeah. And from that, it kept, I kept on wanting to try different things, and anything creative. I never said no. And there was a time when there was like this just kind of is so funny, but there was a competition online for a makeup brand, and I remember like I actually used that makeup brand, and I really really like love their products. So I they had this win a trip to Paris competition. I'm like, I'm gonna try that. It's so funny. No, my mom's like, Linda, do you really think that like she's so supportive of everything, every idea, every crazy thing. But she was like, Linda, come on, like these competitions, like you always see these all around, like they never end up being real. But I'm like, I'm gonna try it. So I do the video, I post it, whatever, how many months later, I don't know, I won. Yes, I won. And me and my mom went to Paris. The thing is, I love just trying. There's no harm in trying. Like even, there isn't. So it was, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then yeah, from there, what else did I do? Like the film thing and YouTube. I started my YouTube channel. Yeah, even just painting in general. Like I this is kind of embarrassing, but I love like just having all my friends come over to my mom's art gallery and we would just sit and put snacks on the table, like chips, sour candy, pizza, wine, and all. I would put out canvases for everyone and we start painting and all like each pick our own reference picture. And I'm like, I'm gonna do my dream house. When I tell you, I turned the canvas and everyone was like, mouth was dropped. Like, Linda, what did you spend 2 hours, 3 hours working on? I looked at him like, this actually is giving Peppa Pig's house. Now that I give it a good look, this is Peppa Pig's house. This is funny. Like, what? And then my mom is so nice about it. I showed it to her. She's like, Linda, I'm an artist. Like, where's the inspo from? Like, what did you do? She's like, it's okay. Come back tomorrow. Like, finish it up. Just add this and that. I'm like, okay, I will. I love it. I actually kind of want to hang it in here. It's, it's cute. Now, everything I enjoy doing is just having fun and trying without giving everything too much thought and making it all so serious. Because whenever I see everything is like the end result, like all this accumulated work that I need to put in and the tasks and how to get there and the end goal, it all like hangs above me and I'm like overwhelmed. That's a lot. And so my mom told me this quote and I really do believe it. It's in Arabic. It's like I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's something like شغل هم سنة هم سنة شغل ساعة. So like the work of uh the stress of 1 year is the work of an hour. So I don't like to leave things like hanging there. I'm like, I need to start. I need to do it. I need to. Instead, I just try to do one thing at a time, like little baby steps, because that is supposed to be about getting, like, it's all about the journey. It's all about it's all about the journey. It's all about the the time. I'm trying to make it so like romanticize it, but no, I understand like sometimes it can be a little like where am I headed? What is happening? Like is this even I don't just I always try to eliminate noise and remember like where I like kind of think of what I want and just like step by step, check, check. Like doesn't have to be everything so because even hobbies, even passion projects can start to feel overwhelming if there's like so much pressure around it and how to do it and stuff. So yeah, now obviously living in Dubai and working in marketing and working like everything that I do here, I feel this is like so eye-opening on its own and I'm like so lucky to be a part of so many like incredible things every single day. And like this is why I really just love trying things and putting myself in environments that I never would have just I feel when I put myself in different situations in different environments, I learn so much about myself and things that I would have never tapped into or never discovered and thought that I'm even like I could do, but then it ends up I can because like I was put in this situation and I want to like give it my best and try. So yeah, I feel what I get to do on a daily basis is just so cool. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, cough. I don't know. Well, update actually from last week's episode. I was sick, and let me tell you, that sickness stayed. It was not going away. And finally, I'm feeling a little bit better. Like, it was my throat one day, and then my nose was runny, and my eyes. Ooh, it was not. I don't know if I can even say like I was sick, but was it sinuses? Was it the weather? Change of like really I can't. I don't know. I had some sort of allergy because the puffiness. I will not be showing a picture. No, I showed it to like my brother and he's like, "What happened to you? Like go get that checked." It was like puff down to here. I don't know. It's still kind of in one of the eyes, whatever. It was bad. It was bad, but I'm starting to feel better, and that is great because it's been one whole week since then. So, love that. But anyways, anywho, I love just I can never end a podcast episode. I'm just keep going. I keep going and going and going. I love how this spot looks all nice and neat, but then I'm looking around me and I'm like, okay, I need to do a bit of organization before I go to work because there's nothing worse than coming back home and seeing a mess. So no, I should probably get ready and do all of that. I'm gonna start the day. Woo! This was really a morning together. Like this is probably the earliest I've ever recorded one of the episodes. The camera is about to die. That's just how you know I've been talking for a good 2 hours almost. Anyways, if there's anything that you want me to kind of bring up and talk about in next episodes, please let me know. And I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Bye. My legs are kind of sore from sitting like this. Ow. We did it. We did it. We did it. We recorded the episode. Episode. This is my couch.